everybody. Welcome to our weekly webinar. Today we're talking about hashtags, and we have our normal panelists, our everyday panelists. So we've got Sandy Colombo in Melbourne. We have Kim and Jinky, who are sitting in our office in Cebu. And
good morning.
Good morning. And just a reminder to everybody that only the panelists can be seen. So you're listening, you can be seen. So we'll go to the first slide, Kim, thanks. Wonderful Kim running the slideshow for us today. Okay, hashtag me baby, or in other words, don't hashtag me baby. Dee, I've got a confession to make. There's a reason why I wanted to talk about this today. Stop hashtagging me unauthentically. I'm over it, people. Just stop. Just stop. I can't do it anymore. Those people who, you know, hashtag or tag people in huge amounts and use huge amounts of hashtags, right? It's ineffective. So yes, use your hashtags wisely, use your tags wisely is really, really important. Don't we agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Has that happened to you where you just get all these hashtags in a post and it's like, why am I even looking at this?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be relevant.
Yeah, it needs to be relevant, needs to be it needs to be relevant, but it also, you don't want 100 hashtags. LinkedIn now talks about only 3 hashtags in a post. Kimberly, can we have the next slide, please? Because these are questions, you know. So what is a hashtag? A hashtag is where there's a bit of confusion out there, I see. A hashtag is in fact, we could have used it. Go back to the first slide, Kim. So we have an example of a hashtag. Yeah. So that's what's on his face. That's a hashtag, as opposed to tagging someone.
Which is
so a hashtag. Yep. So a hashtag, you might hashtag excited. You might hashtag valuable business conversations. You might hashtag her story, which was the conference we were at this week, right? Dee, where we were all hashtagging the event.
Yep.
So that's a hashtag. Can we pop back to the next slide, please, Kim? Thanks. And why do I use hashtags? So you used hashtags, and we used them this week at Her Story D, where we hashtagged the event, and it actually brought everybody who may not be connected, but we were all connected to Her Story, which was the conference. It brought us all under that particular hashtag. So we might just have a quick look at that, Dee, if we can, because I know you brought it up. Can we share your screen?
Yeah. It's creating a following. Yeah. So here's that hashtag, hashtag Her Story.
Yeah. So if
I should follow it.
Yeah. Yeah. Follow? Oh, are you not following?
No, I just realised.
Well, so no, but that's how you follow a hashtag.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dee. I knew there was a reason I asked you to look at that one.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So then if you scroll down.
Oh, sorry, can I just, one moment. So if there's a hashtag that you want to follow, such as Her Story, or you might be a leadership coach or something like that, and you can find a hashtag and you can follow it, and any time that somebody uses that hashtag, you'll get alerted to their content. That's what that, and so I just realised.
I was just going to demonstrate that just by scrolling down, get you scrolling down. Now, I've hashtagged, if you can just keep scrolling, I've hashtagged all of these, but you'll notice if you keep going, keep going, because I'm probably the only one using it. Stop there. So here we have someone else who's hashtagged it, and I don't know who this person is. I don't know. Did we meet this person? Can't remember.
No, she's talking about a session in Singapore.
So you don't need to be connected. You just need to be following the hashtag. So looking for hashtags, and if we talk about our friend Paul Sanders, who spoke about, if you remember in a previous webinar, Dee, about how he hashtagged different types of followings, hashtags that were low following as well as hashtags that had high followers.
Yeah. Because
he found that really helped his posts because he was getting seen. So some of the hashtags, if you look at, well, there you go, there's a great one, leadership development coaching. There's a lot more followers than her story.
Mm.
So a lot of people don't realise that you can just search. Can you just do a search so we can see you do it?
So I just put the hashtag in. Give me something you want me to search, guys.
What about LinkedIn?
So LinkedIn is pre-filling it, so you can see those results. So you can go LinkedIn, LinkedIn community, LinkedIn fam, LinkedIn family, LinkedIn learning, LinkedIn marketing. So there's a whole lot. So yeah, let's just
choose the top one.
Oh, I don't know what I pressed. Okay, LinkedIn family.
So LinkedIn family, you're not following. There's 4,970 followers, and you can, like you did before, if you wanted to follow that, you just click on there. Mm-hmm. If you want to stop following something, Dee, can you just show people how to stop following that? Those 3 buttons up the top there, I think.
Yeah. So I think if I went follow and then I wanted to unfollow, manage your hashtags.
Yeah. So there you can see all of the things that Dee's following, or all the things that you're following.
Yeah. And then I can, I click that. So now the LinkedIn family I said to follow, and I just unfollowed it by clicking that bottom one just then.
Perfect. Fantastic. So this is why you would use a hashtag. Then I'd like you to just jump on to a post, Dee, for me, where we, just any post, doesn't matter, but how someone actually writes actually, what's stopping you from getting what you want? Jump on that one, because I know just down here for me. What's stopping you from getting, yep. So this is a good example of how to actually use hashtags in an authentic way. Now, LinkedIn says not to use them more than 3. I use them if I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
So I've found that if you're authentic with it, then people, it's when people put a whole lot of,
bottom
at the bottom, and it's not relevant to what you're talking about. So you'll see, but maybe there is a block. Maybe like you are a recovering perfectionist. And so I'm actually using my hashtags as I'm writing something, so we know that it's authentic. So when somebody is looking for perfectionist, they'll have some information about that. It's not just that I am hashtagging something LinkedIn just to get lots of likes.
Yeah. So really, if somebody has a post to write, Sandy, they need to include the hashtags in the flow of conversation. But if they wanted to be a little bit clever and take it to the next level, they could maybe search hashtag, like remember how I just typed in LinkedIn and there was a lot of different versions of LinkedIn hashtag.
Yep.
They could maybe, if they wanted to, find out which one had the most followers and then work that in flow with their...
You could, but what you've got to remember, Dee, is that as Paul Sanders told us, actually the most followers doesn't always mean
engagement,
the best interaction or engagement, because if you've got 50,000 people following a hashtag, let's say it's LinkedIn, and you've got huge billions of people following, or you've got one that's lower, you may get better engagement from a lower one. So while I understand what you're saying, yes, you could do that. It's a bit like Tats Lotto, there's more people in it when the prize is bigger.
Yeah,
it's more about got less of a chance to win.
Yeah, it's more about the quality than the quantity.
Yeah. So a lot of people, as I said, just put all of the things down the bottom. I suggest that is an inauthentic way to do it. I find this the best way to do it. But as we've said many a times, this is only just how one person uses hashtags. There will be heaps of people who use them differently and in different ways, and maybe in better ways for them, because it's not about what works for me, it's about what's going to work for you.
And you can start your own hashtag as well, which we have. We've started Valuable Business Conversations.
Into that, and show people, and we'll get them to follow it.
Okay, yep. Our hashtag,
Valuable Business Conversations with an S.
Yep.
So we've got a whole 8 followers.
I'm so glad I'm following.
I would have told you. You hadn't.
I just realized I did not yet.
All right, well, you guys need to get on it to our panelists, please.
So it's a matter of just following that, and then hashtagging it, and just be aware that if it's got, and this was one of the things that probably I wasn't aware of, Dee, until just recently. Valuable Business Conversation and valuable business conversations are different hashtags.
Yes, they are. Have we registered the other one? We probably should.
Well, it'll just, how you make a hashtag is the fact of you just keep hashtagging it and then eventually it comes up. So it doesn't have particularly, any, and if you wanted to report it, that is where you would report it, because I'm sure people put some pretty, unique, let's use the word unique, hashtags out there that may not be appropriate too. So
yeah.
Can we jump back to our questions? Make sure we've answered everything about hashtags. But one thing I do want to say about whatever you decide to do, hashtag in a way that is authentic, because it's just going to look better for you, and people are going to want to follow what you're doing. So if you're hashtagging, I don't know, right at the bottom and you've got 50 hashtags, you'll end up not going anywhere. So you're better off using less than more.
I'm going to try, while you're chatting, see if I can find someone with a bunch of hashtags on the bottom. Just
better not do that, because we've got people on the call and that might not be.
Yeah, we might.
Okay. We wouldn't want to embarrass anybody. I know we probably should have just taken a snapshot earlier, but not to worry. Hashtags are really, really valuable. And I think that for people using them and using them authentically, you'll get really good interaction. The other thing that happens, and I know this has happened to you, Dee, and I'm going to put you on the spot. If you jump onto your notifications, if you've used, you don't have to, but if you've used a hashtag trending, you will get a message. If you just show us you're in your
one moment,
you will get in notifications. You'll get a little notification here saying, "Hey,
trending.
Hey, Dee Mills, you are now trending in whatever happens to be hashtag." So if you're talking about marketing and you've got a really valuable tip around marketing, then it's great. You don't need to find one.
I know. Sorry, I did have one.
Show us in notifications.
Oh.
You can just go back and just show people where that is.
The notifications. Okay.
So if you're writing something about what you found really valuable in marketing, you might not be a marketer, but you hashtag marketing. And I've done that a couple of times. And then it's come up with, "Hey, Sandy, you're trending in marketing because people were looking for information on marketing." So don't think it's just marketers hanging out in that hashtag. It may be people looking for information on marketing hanging out in that hashtag. So it's a matter of when you're hashtagging, you might go, "Well, I'll just pop that in there." And then once you've popped it in there, you go, "Wow, now I'm trending," even though you wouldn't consider yourself a marketer. Same with leadership or communication or any of those things that you might like to hashtag. What do you think? Are you all going to use your hashtags a bit more authentically now?
Yes.
Yeah. Follow valuable business conversations.
Yeah, I will.
My work is done here now, Jinky.
I was just going to see if there's any questions from our audience. We can actually see your questions. If you have questions, just type them in and we can read them out to the crowd, because you're probably not the only one.
While we're waiting for that, Dee, if we get any, do you want to just do the next slide and talk about what we launched in New Zealand, Jay? And I'll stop talking for 2 minutes.
Sure. Cool. So we have launched a do-it-yourself online program around how to use LinkedIn successfully. So we have a bunch of short webinars, cheat sheets, so that afterwards you can just go step by step to follow through with whatever you are trying to do on LinkedIn. and you can complete it in whatever time frame. So you can pump it out as quickly as you want, or you can have it do it yourself once a week. You have access to the course for a whole 12 months, and obviously we're adding content as we go as well. So if you want to sort of brush up on your LinkedIn over the Christmas New Year break, this might be the time to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think, G, the thing why we designed this was because so many people were coming and asking us about it.
Yes.
But also too, everybody has a different gap, right?
Yep.
So for example, one person might not know anything about hashtags. The next person might be really, really good at engaging in a different way on LinkedIn or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So what's really cool about this is that you can go to the section that you have the gap in.
Yes.
You know,
you don't have to start at the beginning and follow it all the way through and get bored because you know this bit. You can actually go, do you know what? Or depending on where you're at, you might need to know this bit and then come back to the middle. So you can do it in any order that you need to
yeah, and you have 12 months, right, to stay, to hang out there. We're always adding more content. You have 12 months to hang out there. And so if you're going along and because this is a thing with LinkedIn, right? You start doing it and then you realize what you don't know, right? Because you just didn't know it.
Yeah.
And then you can go back to the program and go, okay, I saw someone else do this. I want to learn how to do that. Is there any information in there? If you are a superstar and you can find stuff that we haven't included, because we're always including more stuff, you just have to reach out to us and we will do a section on it. And I wanted to thank someone, which was Belinda at
Aston Norwood.
Sorry. This week, who said, I don't know how to do a business page. So Kim's busily adding how to set up a business page. So you'll get the little video and then you'll get a cheat sheet on how to walk yourself through it. And why do I need a business page as opposed to, my own LinkedIn profile? So that sort of information. So thank you, Belinda, for telling me that. Fantastic.
And of course, if you are, as Sandy just said, if you've got a journey related to LinkedIn, if you are a superstar in a particular section of it, we are also always looking for guest speakers as well to come on and share their knowledge and their story around LinkedIn, and we do these weekly. So we just book you in and you get to share what you know as well and what you've learned.
For 2020, we have spaces, so reach out to either Dee and I on LinkedIn, and we'll be happy to talk to you. And even if you're a novice, I mean, it's really good for other people to see what works and what doesn't work at the beginning or at any stage of doing LinkedIn. So don't be scared to come and have a chat.
Share the story.
We're up to 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, we are. And 18 minutes. Okay, I'm just checking. There have been no questions from the crowd.
That's because we covered everything today. Well done, Dee. I put you on the spot. Thank you. Thanks, Kim, for doing the wonderful slides, and thanks, Juniki, for admitting that you're
not following our hashtag.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
All right. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next week for our last one for the year.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Later. Bye. Bye.